correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 321, and today I want to talk to you guys about taking control of your own hearing healthcare without derailing it. But before I do me a huge favor, click the like button, it really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It is greatly appreciated. So one thing that I talk a lot about on my channel is you being an advocate for yourself when it comes to your hearing healthcare. I do believe that you need to educate yourself on what your options are, and then you need to hold your hearing care professionals' feet to the fire when it comes to providing you with best practice audiologic care. Because let's face it, a lot of clinics out there are not providing you with best practices when treating your hearing loss. But that's not really what today's video is about. Today's video is about accidentally derailing your success with hearing treatment by trying to take control of it all by yourself. So I'm going to read a post that I saw on social media by an individual who is totally upset with the capabilities of hearing aid technology today. So let me just go ahead and read this post to you really quick. So this individual goes on to say, I have been reading about hearing aids about 3 months now. My conclusion is that there aren't any good ones out there. Every time that you find one that should work some, other reviews come up and say it's no good. So what do people do to come up with the decision on which one to buy? I've tried 2 so-called best ever $2,000 hearing aids to about 3 around $1,000 and about 6 around $200 to $500. So what do? I'm about ready to say heck with them and try some so-called amplifiers. Anyone try any before? I understand they amplify everything around you, but that's fine since I'm not in crowds much except grandchildren. Alright, so clearly this individual does not watch my YouTube channel, because if they watched my YouTube channel, they would know that if you are just trying to buy hearing aids and self-treat or go somewhere that's just like, hey, try this hearing aid or try that hearing aid, you're not likely going to get an optimal treatment outcome. Now, fortunately, most of the individuals in the comment section of this particular post were like, hey, listen, you kind of need to go see a hearing care professional so they can actually identify what the right hearing aid is for you and then program it properly for you so you actually have treatment success. This individual still thinks that the solution to hearing loss is just to find a good hearing aid, and unfortunately, the information that you're provided with online is purely marketing material. You're not actually going to be able to discern what hearing aid is better than another hearing aid based on that alone. This is why I never do hearing aid reviews for products just basing everything that I'm reviewing off of the marketing data. I actually have to test the hearing aid out myself. This individual is up to, let's see, 11 different hearing aids at this point and still can't find a hearing aid that works for them. I don't know if they started on the low end of the range or if they're working their way up, but it sounds like they started with the most expensive hearing aids that they could identify and then worked their way down because they weren't getting benefit with the expensive ones, so you might as well just go lower and lower and lower in technology capabilities to see if something else works. And now they're at the point where they're just talking about using amplifiers. Well, I've got news for you. If you were trying hearing aids in the $200 to $500 range, you were basically using amplifiers the whole time anyway. One thing that they do have right is that amplifiers essentially amplify everything around you, so it just makes things louder but not necessarily clearer. Fortunately, they're not in noisy environments that often unless they're around their grandchildren. But here's the thing. Hearing aids, there is definitely a hearing aid that is most ideal for you as an individual with hearing loss. You just have to make sure that you're going to a hearing care professional who is well versed with all of the hearing aid brands that are out there so they can make the best recommendation for you. But that is only a small portion of a successful hearing aid treatment. The biggest portion of a successful hearing aid treatment is them actually administering the treatment with that hearing aid properly for you. This means having a comprehensive audiologic evaluation to identify exactly what your hearing loss is, and then fine-tuning the programming of your hearing aids using real ear measurement to verify that they're hitting your hearing loss prescriptive targets to overcome your hearing difficulties. And there are many other things that a hearing care professional has to do to optimize your performance with hearing aids. There's so many different features and customizations inside of hearing aids nowadays that it takes me about 4 visits to make sure that I get all of this done right with my patients. It truly sounds like this individual is trying to just do it all by themselves, and I don't really feel like they have a true understanding of how to successfully treat hearing loss. But I'm going to be honest here, if they spend a lot of time in social media forums, they're probably having people saying that, oh, don't worry, you can just do this yourself. Hearing care professionals don't give you any additional benefit. All hearing aids are very similar to each other, and a bunch of other bullcrap like that. If this was true, there would be no hearing care professionals out there, okay? Hearing care professionals exist because there is need for hearing care professionals, and this person, I can tell you, needs a hearing care professional in the worst way. What this post tells me is that this individual has a hearing loss, and they're old enough to have grandchildren, which means that they've probably had that hearing loss for a long period of time, and the longer that you have untreated hearing loss or unsuccessfully treated hearing loss, the higher risk you are for cognitive decline and dementia. Not to mention the strain that it puts on your relationships when you can't understand what your grandchildren are saying. But the fact that this individual still feels like there's got to be a device out there that works for me, and I just got to figure out what it is. I mean, they're going to be 30 devices deep before they finally realize, you know what? Maybe it wasn't the devices at all. Maybe it was the way that those devices were fit and programmed. Now, I'm not trying to poke fun at this individual. This is truly a sad case, and it's, I would say, a condition that a lot of people have where they feel like they can just do everything on their own. This is not like fixing up an old house. This is your hearing healthcare that we're talking about here. You can watch YouTube videos for how to paint walls and change trim and install a light fixture, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's no significant amount of tutorials that are going to help you understand the nuances of treating your hearing loss. Sure, some people can self-treat their hearing loss and feel like they're doing good with that treatment, but I would say that if even they went to a hearing care professional who truly knew what they were doing treating hearing loss and followed comprehensive audiologic best practices, that the hearing care professional would get these individuals a better treatment outcome as well. But I want to know what you think. Do you think that this individual just needs to try a few more sets of hearing aids to find ones that really work for them? Or do you think that they need to find a hearing care professional to provide them with support so they can actually hear their grandchildren again? Let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see you next week.